actually aluminum. Hey dudes, Thub here. Having a scrappy day. So I already brought in all of the rims and the Christmas lights and the batteries and a bunch of other stuff, but I wasn't really filming because I didn't have anything interesting to share. It's just same old, but let's see. I learned some things with this run, and I figured I better share them with you guys. You're gonna be a little work. So I brought in the stainless steel, and I was pretty happy with that. I mean, it's not a whole lot, but a small pile got me about 10 bucks. So that was sweet. Like I mentioned in the previous guide with the basics, if you've got the space, you should be grabbing the stainless, keeping it separate. But I had 2 aluminum rims. One of them was really heavy, and one of them was really messed up. Like, it was completely smashed in on the one end. I was amazed. And I have no idea how they managed to do that much damage to it. Doesn't matter to me, though. So, I was surprised to learn that if your rim is damaged and has big chunks broken out of it, it goes in as dirty. It wasn't, you know, what I typically understand dirty to mean, but just so you know. So for the smashed up one, I only got 35 cents a pound, so I only got like $6. That was the cheapest rim I've ever had. Now the other thing I found interesting, I had finished weighing up the rims and the batteries, and the guy who was weighing it for me printed off my ticket, and I told him that I actually had all these Christmas lights still in the car, so I wasn't done yet, and he said, well, just bring this up, because I already printed it off, and I'll have the trolley cleared off for you as soon as you've done that, so you can go get them, which, great, sounds like a plan, Stan. So I went and got my stack of money for the heavy stuff, and went out with the trolley, put all my Christmas lights on it. We weighed that up. I had a whole bunch. There was like 2 large buckets full. And then cashed out and didn't really notice, and just as I was leaving, I looked at my sheet, and I only had 10 cents a pound. Tenny. What's a tenny? A tenner. And that's not what I was expecting, because the last time I talked to them, it was 29 cents a pound. I was looking forward to bringing all my Christmas lights into these folks in particular. So I walked back in to ask, and it's because the volume was low. Huh. This is probably worth something. Not anymore. Now, I already knew that the higher volume you bring in, the better price you get. That's just the way scrap works. But I didn't... Whoops. But apparently at this particular yard... I should probably keep that. Apparently this particular one actually automatically calculates what you're going to get paid in the computer based on how much you brought in. So because my tickets were separate, I got the good price for the previous ones, but they gave me the crap price for the Christmas lights, so I had them adjust it. But turns out you end up at a certain pay scale with 250 pounds, and then another pay scale when you bring in more than 500 pounds, which I'd done. So my 10 cents a pound pile of Christmas lights turned into 29 cents a pound like I was expecting, and instead of $10, I got $30. Which is a huge difference. And that explains why Andy was so disappointed with what he got. Because I told him, while he's out there picking the bottles, he should be grabbing all of the aluminum and the Christmas lights too, because they're easy to find, and you're leaving money on the table if you don't. But I guess that's probably what happened to him. They gave him a garbage price, because he didn't have very much heavy stuff. Alrighty, clean piece of cast. Wow, our lighting is really messed up. If only I could find a nice bright light for when I'm in the garage. Hair straightener, what do you think the chances are that's a chunk of copper? Nothing, but it is a chunk of aluminum. Good old ball peen. 2 nice chunks of extruded aluminum. Now, I'm not just being a wuss, I did kind of mess up my thumb. Grody, right? Yeah, the only reason it looks that bad is because I covered it in a lot of super glue. See, I had this this pile of steel that somebody needed me to help them haul away, so we broke it up into bits with our reciprocating saws, and there was quite a bit of jagged steel sitting around in my car. Was I wearing another glove? And then when I got to the yard and went to unload it, I put my hand in to grab my gloves and sliced the thumb really good on one of the jagged pieces. Wasn't the kind of thing that you can stitch easily, so I just covered it in a thick gob of super glue, and I've been adding more and more super glue as it cracks away. So there's another scrapping tip. Keep some super glue on you. Well, the sun's going down, so might as well finish this one off with something a little more fun. How about this? This is one of those Shaw Blue Sky TV responder thingies. I think Comcast does the same thing, but basically you subscribe to their thingy, and these things connect to other TVs so that you can access your access from the main unit. Anyway, I tried to bring them back and see if they would buy them back. There's absolutely no way. They don't buy them, and I can't sell them to anybody else because they are permanently linked to the original purchaser and only available on a contract, so you can't even hook up extra ones. It's a really expensive little piece of useless. Well, I shouldn't be surprised that happened. Check this out, though. This thing's got a little SDHC Class 10 4GB card by SanDisk. So there is a little value to them. Huh. Some teeny bits of aluminum and some teeny bits of gold. That's, I guess I could put that in the e-waste pile. I'm sure Dumpster Marcus would already have a bin for it. At least it came with power supplies, so a little bit of wire there. Now, I've got this other pile of goodies that I've been wondering to see just what's inside these. First up, let's take a look at the Waffle Iron. You can see here, it's got this cast aluminum griddle. Teensy piece of wire and some cast aluminum. It might go in as dirty because of this, but we'll see what they say. How about this? It's a warming plate. And you remove those screws, and you got this. Nothing fun. You know, we could spend a whole lot of time undoing the hardware and fasteners, or ball peen hammer, you're my best friend. And after all that, a couple pieces of cast aluminum and a wire. And a few other fiddly wires. Next, a little stereo. Neat. A Vicks Vaporizer? I'm grabbing the 1 wood for this. Pretty sure the sound of it smashing apart was the most valuable part in there. It's actually got one of those small motors like they have in microwaves. These ones are pretty easy. Clock radio. Bluetooth speaker. Wii Fit board. But I don't want to take all the screws out. Not much in there. How about the Keurig machine? These are expensive. There's got to be something good in that. I want to be a little more gentle with this though. So I'm just going to give it a little putt. Ow! Deserved that. Another little piece of aluminum for heat. Other than that, it's just a bunch of hoses and some really tiny wires. Well, I'm just about out of time to smash things. It was fun though. That is, in my opinion, the best way to get through all of those little things. Because this is what we got. Some bits of aluminum and a bunch of wire. So even with doing things the fast way, I think the best part about any of the smaller items is the cord. If you can break them apart for parts, like I imagine Uberism does okay selling Keurig parts, because they're still pretty popular. And yes, this video was satire. If you're taking apart a stereo, there is a little transformer and a heat sink that you'll probably be interested in. But no matter what kind of garbage you're into, the scrap value is always the lowest possible value. So before anybody gets all hairy, you'll be happy to know all of those items did not work. So there's that. Hairy or clean shaven though, I'm glad you came by. Make sure you leave it better than you found it. Keep doing the thing.
So take it out though, I'm a gardener, I'm a chef eating all you carnivores. I'm an ancient Zen master, philosophic thought coming like the order war. Handyman with lyrical hardware, and my house ain't made of ginger, but it's made of an array of pages that'll slay you like a ninja. Unemployed, no, I got work. In my job description, a rap technician, from sun up to sundown, and it's clockwork.